everybody. I am Duy Khanh.
My name is Minh Phương.
I am Bích Ngọc.
And we are the B
C.
S.
from the University of Economics, Ho Chi Minh City.
First, let's have an overview of the situation. The Brexit term consists of Britain and exit. The British citizen had the right to vote in public consultation on Thursday, the 23rd of June 2016, to decide if Britain was going to leave the European Union or to stay. The measure of electors who chose to leave indicated that in the last 4 decades, the EU has changed and become so bureaucratic, which reduced the UK's sovereignty and influence. On the contrary, the protesters believed that an island nation with a medium size like UK should be a part of the multinational union like EU, and the nation would be at risk in economics if it leaves. And finally, the Brexit had won with a ratio of 51.9% over 48.1% of the state, which was a shocking result to many people.
So, what are the effects already taken place both in the UK and on a global scale? Overall, for financial services, Brexit may impact on the location, liquidity, and cost of financial services in Europe if it undermines London's competitive position. In specific, the pound has fallen a total of 16% since the day the event occurs, becoming the worst currency of 31 major currencies in the world according to Bloomberg. This is the sadness of some sectors of the economy, but at the same time, it brings joy to enterprise in the field of exports, tourism, or investment services. The first party which benefits from the devaluation of the pound is the UK's export sector. The pound weakening creates the increase in competitiveness for exports of the country. Besides, London would not enjoy the preferential import duties at a low point or at 0% when access 58 countries which participate in 36 EU trade agreements. Overall, the British government estimates that the scale of UK's economy will decline from 3.8% to 7.5% by 2030. On a global scale, there is a few immediate consequences. A higher US dollar and Japanese yen are negative to both economies' export sectors. The European Central Bank will be compelled to raise its level of intervention yet again. Each blow to members of the Eurozone periphery also further make Germany's outperformance in the Eurozone even more unsustainable.
Well, through the statistics of recent months since the Brexit incident, we've witnessed many severe impacts. For the time to come, the British economy and finance is going to face these following consequences. First of all, some enterprises will have to cut off a huge number of foreign laborers, which will affect heavily to the development of those individuals and to the country in general. Besides, the England's market share is likely to change also. Leaving EU, it's totally clear that British consumption market, import and export will be downside. Therefore, the British economy will remarkably lower. Moreover, due to the unstable situation, foreign investors, especially from EU, will reconsider the idea of working with this nation, which leads to a lot of difficulties in commercial contract agreements. Although England has a strong currency, the decrease of Great Britain pound indicates that its position in the world is insecure now.